Okay, let's talk Marvel again. Welcome back, guys, it's Geek here. Yes, thought I'd do a video on Marvel again, and you can see this is the poster from Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse. Now in Marvel, my favourite character probably is Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, so, you know, obviously I really like this movie. I've never seen the movie. That probably surprises you. I know it's got a lot of good things written about it and said about it, and everyone seems to love it. I will eventually get round to watching it, and there is a sequel coming, so I definitely will watch it before that. And I will also briefly talk about current MCU shows. There's a new trailer for Loki, but we'll stick with the Spider-Man stuff just for a second. So first of all, some news about the second movie. So it says Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse 2 cast, release date and everything you need to know. We need it now. I don't think you need it now. I don't think you need it now. Ian, Gabrielle, Hugh, you're grown adults. Presumably. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 should be swinging into cinemas next year, despite a slight delay in release dates. Before the first movie even won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars and the Golden Globes, like that counts for anything, we knew that a sequel was on the way after near universal acclaim for Into the Spider-Verse, that rivaled, if not topped, the love for Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies. It's very gushing, isn't it? It says the sequel is being directed by Joaquim Dos Santos, set to direct with Dave Callahan, who worked on Mortal Kombat, and Shang-Chi, writing the script for the return of Miles Morales. No one cares about this bit. So, what can we expect from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2? Here's everything you need to know. Says Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 will now hit cinemas in UK and US on October 7th, 2022. That's if you can get in the cinema. They'll be on the door saying papers please, I think. I'm not going to read too much of this stuff. I just wanted to show you the date. The reason why is because I saw another bit of news, which is why my interest peaked so much for the sequel. And that is that the classic 90s Spider-Man will reportedly appear in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. He's my favourite cartoon Spider-Man. That's so sad. But honestly, the 90s one is really, really good. The storytelling on there is brilliant. There are some funny things where, for example, because it's a kids' show, whenever they shoot guns, it's like laser beams for some reason. I always thought that was quite funny. Even as a kid, I was like, what? But it is an amazing show. The voice acting is great. They do the things like the Morbius storyline with like even Blade in there. They've got that. They do the black suit Peter Parker Spider-Man with the symbiote storyline really well. Much better than that terrible emo version in Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. That was just really bad. But they do black suit Spider-Man really well in this. Honestly, if you've not watched the 90s show, I can't recommend it enough. It's just brilliant. I've never seen Spider-Man the show better than it, basically. It says a new report has surfaced claiming that the classic 90s cartoon version of Spider-Man will appear in Spider-Man Into the... The news comes that the hashtag show, which also says that the original voice actor Christopher Daniel Barnes will reprise his role. The actor is in final talks to join the project. It's said that the role is small, but there's no doubt the fans of the 90s Spider-Man series will be thrilled to hear the news. The movie will also replicate the style of the show, that's cool, and the report claims Barnes' Spider-Man will appear in a few key scenes before showing up during the film's finale. Yeah, I hope he saves the day, he's the best. There's also a chance that other characters from... I don't care. Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy are two young heroes from different Earths. But what threat could unite the Spider-Man and Spider-Woman of the new generation? The answer will rock both their worlds. Not for the first time, Miles will find himself in another universe, and he's in pursuit of someone he holds dear. But will that description soon apply to Gwen? Or, as the stakes are raised, will the spider-crossed pair see teen romance give way to arachnid animosity? Who wrote this? First comes love, then comes much worse, then comes chaos in the multiverse. What is that about? Anyway, these animated shows, they're mostly obviously for kids. I mean, Marvel technically is for kids. You know, I'm not a kid, but I've grew up in Marvel, so it's a bit different. But you know, it's for kids. But it is cool to have them in there Because then it kind of, you know, the kids that are watching now might be like, oh, what show's that? And they might go and watch it and be like, ah, that's how a good show is made, not the rubbish we've got nowadays. So yeah, some pretty cool news if you're a fan of Spider-Man, fan of Marvel, fan of the 90s Spider-Man. Classic cartoon show, brilliant show, honestly, go watch that. And then we'll come on to the MCU shows. So we're going to watch the Loki trailer in a second. Quick sort of review of the episode so far of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought, like I said, episode 1 was pretty cool. It was like watching a movie. Episode 2 was a bit political. I don't really think it's necessary, and but it's expected of Disney. You know, it's like, oh, look at this virtue signaling we did. Ignore all the other stuff we're up to. But nevertheless, was still good. Episode 3, I really liked it. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you're not watching it. But Zemo, I think, is kind of stealing the show at the moment. And so yeah, it's pretty cool to see the dynamic with him. Overall, I'd say there's less action than I would have liked. They're trying to sort of tell the story of like real world stuff going on in this obviously strange dimension where crazy stuff can happen, rather than just like seeing the two team up and beating people up, which is what I prefer to see. There was a really cool scene with Bucky doing that. I was kind of hoping it'd be more sort of buddy cop comedy action than it is. I mean, there still are bits, like I say, and it is still pretty cool, and maybe there will be more bits like that, but they're trying to also do these, you know, these deep dark philosophical questions and political questions, and it's like, you know, sometimes you just want to see some action. But you know, they're going to do this in some of the shows. Hopefully they don't just do it to all of them, and there will still be just, you know, fun action stuff. And speaking of which, let's see how fun Loki's looking. Okay, so this is Marvel Studios' Loki official trailer, Disney Plus. Just stay at home, watch this. What's going on? Ooh, look at that.
I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
What?
This is absurd.
Oh, more paperwork now.
Sign this too.
We protect the proper flow of time.
I wouldn't want to sign that.
You picked up the Tesseract breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it.
Oops. He did really mess things up.
I need your unique Loki perspective.
Do I get a weapon?
Nah.
These people are weird, like...
You really believe in this Loki variant?
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
Why? It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me.
Oh yeah.
10 steps ahead of you.
You're not big on trust, are you?
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
I'd never do it again.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm liking the look of that. I'm liking all the interdimensional time stuff. And who's this? Could it be? Could it be? Black Widow, I can't believe what they did to her. They should have brought her back. She should have been leading the Avengers. That's what should have happened. Oh well. So yeah, some news about the upcoming sequel to Spider-Man and the SpiderVerse with the 90s style Spider-Man cartoon character going to be in there with the original voice actor, which is pretty cool. And a little talk about the MCU shows, in particular obviously their Loki. The trailer looks good. you know, it's star-studded, isn't it? It's got all this kind of, you know, dimension and time stuff which we like, and all parallel worlds, and is there going to be multiverse stuff, you know, from that as well? And maybe characters, you know, who we thought were gone will be in it, which I thought was pretty cool. What do you think? You should let me know down below. So guys, if you like that, please click like, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, remember, I am smart. Okay, bye. Guys, if you're still here, you're awesome! But as you are still here, why not check out some of my other videos? Oh, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Laters, haters.